am that
Easy.
dude, but I've been.
Starting it on.
We starting. I don't know what's going on right now. We are having some technical difficulties.
Are we?
Welcome to Talk That Talk. I just don't see anybody. I don't see us. That's not good. Yeah, this is all messed up right now. Hold on. You know why? Oh, good. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We are having real technical difficulties, and that camera is not working right.
Y'all see my face? Y'all see my face?
Man, I'm glad there's not a lot of people in here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Jesus, Lord, talk to me. Say a prayer for me right now.
I just said.
Lord, fix it.
Let it be right, God.
Let it be right, God.
In
Get 'em
Jesus'
right.
name.
In His name. Hold on, it's gonna come.
That's because you got them names up there.
That's the devil right there. Thank you. Ooh, them black women just break you down, boy, don't
Yes,
they?
they do.
They do. They don't want to build you up. Then when you go get,
Oh,
with,
they
get with
will.
Karen and Becky, then they be like, "Why you do that?"
Karen and Becky.
I mean, if that's what
Hey.
you want, Karen and Becky, then hey,
Hey,
by
we
all
gon'
means.
we gon' Damn, I'm really messing up right
Won't
now. I
be-
know if
If
I do
she's
this.
offering constructive criticism, she is absolutely building you up.
Oh,
She's not allowing you to
look,
fail.
here we
Come
go.
on, come
There's a
on,
place
let's
Hold
for
on.
any kind of
Yes.
criticism.
No, criticism
yes,
is
T,
good.
Let's go with that.
That's it's not always in order.
Oh, is it not? So that's why this topic is gonna be good tonight.
All right.
Yes.
All
As
right.
long as we can get started.
You
It's-
don't get Becky, then you just get you a younger one.
All right.
Let them.
That's why we go get them. We go get the Beckys.
That's why y'all go get her.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know now. We need to
We
do
only
that
got
one.
me, and this is. Hold on. Hold on. Hello. I
Yes,
think we
sir.
are here. Hey, welcome to Talk That Talk. I'm your host, A1.
Hey.
Sorry about all that stuff. Right next to me is my co-host.
Sherika Nicole, what's up, y'all?
She
Welcome
just so
to
bossy. Her
Talk
name
That
is Sherika
Talk.
Nicole, just always talking over me. But it's cool. Go ahead, introduce yourself again.
What's up? This is Sherika Nicole. This one right here been giving me a run for my money tonight. So it's going to be a good show. Thank you for tuning in.
And right next to Sherika Nicole, because you got to say both of them, is OV.
It's me. How
It's
y'all
him.
doing tonight?
What up?
What's up, OV? And next to OV is the homegirl T.
Yes, TJ, it's me. I'm here.
She's here. Like we always do before we start, I give everybody the opportunity to introduce their business. So we're going to start with Sherika Nicole first. Go ahead.
Oh, why you say it like
No,
that?
go ahead. Start with Sherika Nicole.
Yes.
Woo!
All
You ain't
right.
get no hand claps, though, but
Don't
go ahead.
introduce me like that.
Mhm.
So what's up, y'all? I'm Sherika Nicole. I'm the owner of Hung Up Boutique. I'm the creator of Define, Plan, and Execute Your Vision. And I am also the designer of Fancy Fresh. You can find me at YouTube. Let me just go on and pass this to OV right here.
I don't know what to say after all of that.
OV.
I am just OV.
That's OV. Tell
I'm
us
the
about
pastor
OV.
of the New Freedom Christian Community Church in L.A. I'm also the proud lead accountant for Taylor and Associates.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Tax
Lead
accountant.
accountant.
Been doing it
He
for a
doing-
moment.
He doing taxes.
So I'm counting that money.
He said lead.
All right. He said the lead. All right, T. You got something you want to advertise?
I'm
Share?
just a regular person who goes to work. I work with children with autism, and that's about it.
Oh, that's big.
That's not just a regular person.
That's a
That's
special
Nah,
gift.
Don't ever
that
downplay
is-
that.
That's very important.
That is a special
Right.
gift.
What we talking about tonight? They just ain't gonna turn that down, huh? See, she always talking mess, but she just got stuff going on. Look, y'all should have heard her before this started. She was talking all that mess, huh? Oh, I don't like
Dang,
this.
putting
I don't
me
like.
on spot tonight, man. I'm glad y'all coming with this energy though.
What we talking about tonight?
Age ain't nothing but a number.
All
Go
right.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
I feel some trouble coming.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna
Trouble
be a-
brewing.
Let's get in it.
Hey, so tonight we're gonna be talking about cougars and what are those other people teach?
Sugar daddy.
Sugar daddies
All
and,
right.
and sugar babies and all that
Sugar
stuff.
babies.
Yeah, they do got
Yes.
sugar babies.
babies.
They do.
I was
Yes.
watching them
What's a sugar
shows.
baby? Let's start right there. They got the definition of a sugar baby. What is that?
I'm not sure. I'm too old to know.
Oh,
And you the one that should be telling.
I thought OV was gonna take that one. T, do you know what a sugar baby is?
I actually am not absolutely sure. I can speculate what a sugar baby is, but I'm not absolutely sure what a sugar baby is.
Well, let's go.
I know it's the
we
opposite
don't-
of a sugar daddy.
A sugar. No, this is a sugar baby.
Sugar baby.
That's right.
Is,
That's the
it,
person-
is it when the sugar daddy has a baby? I don't know. I mean,
I think it's
seriously.
the opposite of a sugar daddy. but
I
a sugar
clearly
baby.
didn't bring my good notes.
So the opposite of a sugar daddy
would be a
means-
sugar mama, right?
Right. That's the opposite.
Where's the baby?
No, the baby is when the young folk is doing all the spending.
No, the sugar baby receives the gifts.
Oh, okay,
The sugar
okay.
baby receives the
So
gifts.
the sugar baby can be
Are
a
you
male
sure?
or
Yes,
female.
I just seen that one show. What is it called? I don't know. But anyway, sugar babies receive the gift. That's how I
Okay.
figured all that
I
out.
see you learn something new
You-
every day.
Every day. 'Cause I would think that the sugar baby. Oh yeah, gets the gift.
Yeah.
Well,
So
no,
yeah.
because
See
it's
what
the-
what sugar babies give. So for
Okay.
example, if it's a man, the sugar baby, he will take care of the box on the woman. So he sleeps with her.
Right, and it's an
gives
exchange.
her. Yeah, he gives her the thing. The same thing if it was a girl sleeping with the sugar daddy, she would give him the precious prize,
Okay,
which is her thing in the middle.
okay.
The honeycomb hideout.
Ah.
That's what they get.
Honeycomb.
Yeah, he get the.
Well, she should be clink, but she giving it up.
Oh,
And it used to be a time where, they would say that, sugar daddies didn't really require a lot. They just maybe wanted to spend time with you and look at you, and then they would do things for you. But now you have sugar babies who that is no longer accepted. You got to give the honeycomb hideout up.
Yeah, don't be stealing my word. I'm trademark that or something.
I cannot.
I've heard that before in the hood. I just want you to know.
In the hood, they
I've
probably-
heard it before.
They got it from me. I started.
I feel
I
like
believe
I'm out
it.
of my league.
But- oh
you know,
man,
and
please. That's why you on the show. You
I
give us
don't
your
know-
example.
I don't-
Go
I
ahead,
don't-
Sherry.
I don't know the difference between a sugar baby and a sugar daddy, and I'm trying not to learn too much about it.
Oh well, you on the wrong show because that's what we talking about.
Well, let's talk about it. Come on.
All right, so we're gonna start with this. We're gonna talk about 3 reasons why cougars, women date younger men. Y'all got any input before I give you mine?
Yeah, I actually I didn't realize how many people I knew were in the situation.
Oh.
And so I started talking. I was like, wait a minute. Why did you? So one of my friends said it was for her, it was about control. That she felt out of control in a lot of things. She saw somebody who also was out of control and felt like it was almost like that Jada Pinkett situation. She said she felt like he was toxic and she could fix him, but it ended up being more of a toxic situation. So for her, it was about control. I've actually dated younger men, and I think
Okay.
Did you?
When
Go
I
ahead,
was-
tell us about it.
Hey,
when
you
I was
did.
younger, honestly, to be transparent, for me, it was about stamina.
Oh,
Oh,
come on with it.
oh, that's what
Just to be
happened.
transparent, it
The
was
ones
about.
your age and the ones that was older, they wasn't
Energy
able
level.
to-
Hold
The
on.
inner-
Womp,
they
womp, womp,
wasn't
womp.
able to
We ain't even going that.
keep it
Just being
going.
honest and transparent.
Okay.
So,
Again,
so some of the men, because I don't know if any of your exes are watching this. So
I hope not.
and I'm not. I don't
But it
even
was
know
a
who
long
you
time
are.
ago.
Okay, well he know who that
Okay.
is.
It was a long time ago.
So-
well, we being transparent. They should
Yeah,
be
but-
older now. They should be able to accept.
Yeah, they could accept
what
that.
she's saying. Okay.
So they
She
was do-
needed that.
They was delivering whack D.
Well, no. If it was, let me tell you something. If it was the younger person who was watching, he probably feels good about himself.
Right.
But like I said, it was a long time ago. It definitely doesn't take away from the person who I recently dated. It doesn't take away from him. This was a long time ago before him. But
That's right. Clear it
that
up.
was my reason then. I was attracted to younger men for that reason. After dating one younger guy, I was
Oh, he
like,
put it on you.
I was like, I'm on the prowl a little bit.
He was doing that.
I don't think all younger guys, because now, and it's about to go to a whole other topic, but it's younger guys now that be stopping buying the little pill. It's like a pill or something that they can take to keep them.
Oh, whoa.
You don't know about the pill?
Whoa.
I don't know about the pill.
I see the pills in the liquor stores all the time.
Like the
At
gas
7-Eleven?
They in the 70s. You've seen them over.
I
He
seen them
stopped.
at 7-Eleven.
No, I didn't see
I
them,
didn't
but
say
I
you
don't know what
buying
they
them.
do.
Yeah,
I just don't know. I never.
It's a lot of younger guys that I've heard just recently at an event, and we kind of do like talks, and everybody put a question in the box, and that came up.
Wow.
And majority of the younger dudes was like, "Yeah, I take those," and I was looking like, "Wait, what?
Wow.
Y'all young?
Are they
y'all
like
here-
herbals or something like
they're
that? Or
burning themselves out.
oh yeah, they
Yeah.
see the pressure y'all put on me.
That's right.
You know what?
You know what?
No, I think it's just.
Don't hit us with the
I
three
think
reasons
ev-
why. You
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm about to go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So let me bridge us back.
See, I got my notes right here. Younger men make cougars feel young again. Did he make you feel young again?
Okay.
Yes, he
I
did.
can agree with that.
He's like, ooh.
Really, I think that's a mentality thing just on your own. But
I'm
anyway,
just. This
go
is.
ahead. I'm
Look,
I
listening.
can
see
agree
how
with that.
bossy she is. Jesus, this is
I'm
all the
listening.
time. Young men have more stamina than older men. That's what you just said.
That's true.
They don't back down from any sexual challenge. They
Alright.
keep up and can keep it up in the bedroom and can FUCK for hours. Since most women reach their sexual peak between 40 and 50, they are in their prime to be pursued or even have a side piece to fulfill their sexual needs.
Wow.
And
Yes, men can be side pieces too.
Yes, they
men
can.
be-
Yes, they are.
I know. Yes. Oh, you said
Have
yes,
you-
they are.
Yes,
Oh,
they
Before
are.
you were married, were you ever a side piece, OB? Before marriage.
He said now he been married.
Nope.
He been married a
I,
long
I
time
have
ago.
never been. I've been married
And he
29
he
long
loves-
years and counting.
We respect his wife.
That's
and
that's
I
a
said
beautiful
before.
thing. That's a
That's
beautiful
right.
That's
thing.
we have positive black men around me.
29 years and counting. I love you, boo. I'll be home in a
He
minute.
love you. To let it out. All right.
That's right. But no, I've never been a side piece, but I know a few. And
Anybody you want to name? No, I'm just messing with you.
nobody I want to name publicly. But I
Okay.
will say this: their gratification was a little different.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That's what I
they enjoyed being a side piece because of the lack of commitment. You know, so they didn't have any obligations, and so they didn't mind being a side piece. Me, I've never been a side piece, so I've had obligations. Seems like all of my entire life.
So technically, you're saying the individuals that you know that were side pieces, they were cool with it because they didn't want a commitment. Technically,
They
with
didn't, and
anybody. So
they
to them, it was
preferred
fun.
an older person because of the lack of challenging them to commit.
Now, since you said that, for men, why are younger men attracted to older women?
Oh, that was the next
a
one.
man's
Like you were
perspective.
like read my paperwork.
Well,
You
yeah.
I
Yes,
apologize.
So amazing. We're gonna go into 3 reasons why younger men like cougars.
Oh, okay. What's the 3 reasons?
The first one is cougars don't play games. They know exactly what they want and just how they want it. They are bold in their approach with a younger dude. Cougar sex game is on point. Oral sex is off the chain most times.
Yeah, say most.
They
times.
they aren't afraid of the D. They ain't looking to peck around it. They go straight for it.
Dang.
Since
Oh.
cougars
Alright.
have been around the block a couple of times, they can
Wait,
tell.
what?
Since cougars have been around the block
I
a
heard
couple of
you.
times, they can tell you and teach a young boy about what they like. They are more comfortable with their bodies, and it's a little more easier to get some from them.
Wow.
they
Wow,
fit
so cougars are easy.
So cougars are easy is what he just said. I just want to know one question while we asking questions. When do you begin to assume the label of a cougar?
I was thinking that when he was reading that. Like, what?
When she turns 40, I have a list.
40 and older?
I
Old?
Yes.
disagree. That is
That-
so
that-
false.
that
I
is the-
disagree.
So if you 30 dating a 20-year-old, you're not a cougar?
You are a cougar. At 25, you are a puma.
Oh.
I just figured that out. Make me go down this list now.
So you've been on Google.
Yeah,
I have
I
not-
got to do my research for my people. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
supposed to do my job.
So I have been a puma, but not a cougar. I was a puma before,
Oh, you
but
just,
not a
I
cougar.
understand y'all haven't
Yeah,
hit
I
40
haven't
yet.
been
I
a
respect that.
No, I'm over 40.
Oh, these beautiful women are 40.
Oh,
I haven't.
Definitely not.
I
They
have never
they
hit
are
40.
cougars.
I am not a cougar.
I'm a little
at
older
all.
than 40, but I've never hit 40 yet.
I I am definitely not one. I don't even play them games.
You don't play cougar games? So now I'm
None-
interested
no-
as to
no,
why is it a game to you
'Cause I
to
think
be a
it
cougar?
is. I think because of everything that we're stating right here. I mean, it's no commitment behind it. I don't want to like I've never been the one like I have friends that literally get taken care of. Let me rephrase that. Not friends, associates that literally date guys that are older than them just to be taken care of, right?
Okay.
And for me, I just never been attracted to that. Like now I could do it and be like,
Well, let me
straight right
pose
now,
it a
but I just
different
think
way.
that
Pose that a different way, OV.
not cool.
I think you're in your level of success. You're a boss, so you don't need nobody to take care
Well,
of you.
let's say this: I've always
She is
been a
super
boss.
independent.
Always.
Of
Of
and
course.
maybe that's probably why, because just how I was raised. So I think it's how you're raised, how your dad my dad taught me the game at an early age. So
Yes.
I just think that's probably why I never got.
But you
shifted in
called
that
it.
area.
But you called it a
But it's-
cougar game,
It is a
as
game.
if the
But-
only way to
but you know
be
what?
attracted to someone older is to be in
And
the
it's
game.
not. I have a cousin who's actually in her 40s, and her husband, I believe her husband just turned 30.
Mm-hmm.
33.
Okay.
He just turned 33, so she's about 10 years or so older than him.
Okay.
And they really have a beautiful marriage. They really do. And so sometimes it works because sometimes men are mature. It's not all the time.
Right. But see, I
But-
wouldn't call her a cougar though. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call
You
her that
wouldn't call
because
it-
what cougars are, they're someone that's technically taking care of the younger dude.
Okay,
Like,
so a cougar is
so-
a person that's
yeah,
a whole
like
nother category
right.
then.
They're like
Okay.
a sugar daddy.
I,
That's how
I
look
still
at
want
it.
to pose my question a different way.
Yeah, they didn't want.
Okay.
Why do you consider it a game if you're taking care of someone that's giving you what you're looking for?
Because they're playing games, both of them, because it's something that they don't want commitment. So what they're looking for is just satisfaction.
Well, that don't mean they don't
Nothing
want
wrong
commitment. Let me ask you like this: in your stage of life,
Yes.
would you want? And I know this by knowing you personally. You have a lot of authority in every
She
aspect
trying.
of your life.
She run every
You's
moment
a
of her air she
powerful
breathes.
woman, if
No
I
matter
could.
where she goes, she like, oh,
Why
no, I
would you
run
want that same power at home and fall in love with it with someone that will give you that? Because I believe even in the cougar relationship, that would make you a little bit more powerful or
Yeah, she control
have
the
a
whole
little bit more
situation.
authority.
Oh no, I just can't.
You couldn't
Yeah.
be in control. You need somebody to control you.
No. I can definitely be, but just in that aspect, that doesn't work for me.
So it works if you control the older guy, but
No,
not
no.
a younger guy.
Oh no. Cause see, I don't even want a older guy. Like I have a limit of the
Right.
where I
Well,
would go.
well,
Right.
I'm glad
So
you
I-
asked.
Ooh,
What's
well,
your
well,
limit?
what's your age?
Absolutely.
Where
What's
I
your-
would go and
Wait,
What's
what-
your limit? I'm
what's your
interested.
age?
younger guy.
Absolutely.
How low,
You know,
will,
so
ladies? How low would you go as far? I don't even
I
know
like
your
that
age. I'm not
question.
gonna say it. How low would you
Um,
go as far as
I would
dating?
definitely go
In
maybe
years, not
5 to 8 years younger
Wow.
and only 5 years older.
So you would date a 30-year-old?
No.
Sure, would you
He'd
date
be
a
too
30-year-old?
young. He'd be
No.
too young.
No,
Okay.
he's too young.
So 35.
Wait, huh?
No,
Yes,
I still have
would.
to go a little bit higher.
No,
Although-
I would do 35 because that would
But I
be-
would do
but that
35.
would be, for me, that would be my 5 to 7. So for me, it's 7 to 8. Younger.
Yeah. I agree.
I've tried, like, right, it doesn't work. Like, mentally, they're not ready.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So mentally, maybe in his eyes, he probably was looking at it like, oh, she's older than me. Maybe he probably like, oh, I got me a cougar. Maybe that's probably what he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it didn't work. Like, we just didn't mush in that aspect. He was still mentally, he had a lot of growing to do. He was immature in a lot of areas.
Okay.
Like, business-wise, he was dope. But when it came to, like,
Other things.
relationships, it just wasn't there, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah.
It's hard
And
when
then
you're not mentally on
older-
the same level with someone.
It's crazy. I was just talking to my sister about this older. Like,
You talking about Andrea?
yeah.
Okay, you say you got more than one sister?
Well, both
you-
of my sisters, actually. We always talk about
All right,
like,
cool.
dating older. But
So what's the
I
oldest for you?
can't- I would say 7 years. Because
Wow.
at first I said 10, but I have been on dates with people that's 10 years older than me, and they're like set in their ways.
Yes.
They're a
Agreed.
lot of them were insecure,
Agreed.
and so that's not going to work for me either. So it's like they're great.
Are you able to
guys.
control an older man?
Not the kind of man that I choose.
I don't want to control it.
Yeah, not the kind of man that I choose.
Okay, let's.
I want to.
Oh,
Now
okay,
that's
fine.
that's an argument I think we.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, you guys, because I thought
You don't want to control.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
It is.
But
We just asking
is
questions.
Like, this is. Let's focus on Sherika.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm asking both. I'm asking her down there too.
I'm trying to,
All right,
I'm trying to
T.
get you out of it, Sherika.
T. Okay, T. How old? How old is the? No, I'm talking to T. I'm not talking to you anymore. The rest of the night, you're on timeout. I'm about to mute your mic anyway.
She's on
T.
timeout.
T.
Yes, sir.
T. How old would you go?
5 years older.
Okay.
Maybe 6. I just feel like I agree with Sherika. Some things with older men set in their ways, especially a man who, like I said, I haven't been married and I'm in my 40s. Most men that I meet are, go ahead.
I read an article
You know what?
that said,
about to do
and
this
this
with
is
y'all
kind of
tonight.
cruel,
There's nothing
No,
wrong
man,
with
go
me.
I
ahead.
didn't write
There
it,
is nothing wrong with me.
but I will recite this. It was a Time magazine article
Mm-hmm.
So we
that
already know where you
jokingly
going.
stated that a woman over 40 and hasn't been married, it's easier to be killed by a terrorist than to be married over 40. Time magazine, I didn't write it, I just read
He
it.
just repeat.
Well, you did say it was Time magazine.
Right.
So anyway,
Yes.
let's go.
Well, the
Go-
thing about it is,
T.
I have hope because there are people who are around me who get married, at later ages. So there is a hope that I have. I just want to make sure that since I've waited so long, it's right. I don't want to get married and get divorced, especially being in my 40s.
I cannot with this.
So
I can't.
he is bringing up
Right
this
here is
article.
Googling
But I was saying about
women
the
getting married over 40. We
I was
finna
saying
rebuke
about the
devil in
5
name of
years.
Jesus
We will.
tonight.
because the
Listen,
favor of the Lord is on me. I don't
exactly.
care.
It's
He owe
on
you.
me,
I
and
don't
I'm getting
care about my
married.
age.
How about that?
He worked miracles.
All
He turned
right.
water into wine.
All
I could get married.
Go ahead. Go
over
ahead.
40.
Go ahead. Give him to him. Ob. So go ahead, man.
I believe, let me say this, I believe age is really nothing but a number, but your compatibility is very important. So if we're just judging it on age, then we're kind of stereotyping some of the young men that might be on the same level as what we would consider to be cougars tonight. But there are some women that we know that mature much faster than men. So I would have thought that it's easier for a younger woman to date an older man because of the maturity and the compatibility level in intellect.
Man,
I'm
she doing that for the life insurance.
I'm picking it with my sister. I would assume she would need someone not her age but older to even be on her level mentally as well as business and all the way around in a relationship. What do you
talking about
think?
me?
Yes.
Yeah, he said that.
I'm picking with you again.
I mean, no, I've heard that before.
Okay.
I've heard that. And I actually have said that I may have to have someone older than me.
Okay.
But that doesn't
That's a big
mean,
butt.
But it doesn't mean that it's guys that are my age or younger than me that may not have their stuff in order. That's why I know I only can go so far, like, down. Like,
Well, let me ask you this.
37 and up is like a cool. 35 would be like low key, probably
Pushing
pushing
it.
it.
Well, I don't even think
I
you
think it's
stated that
again.
your friend had your one
Associate, yeah.
associate was great with business wise. So I don't know that having your stuff together would make a huge difference for me. God forbid that I was ever single again, but I plan to do this for the rest of my life, y'all. So if you're looking for me, I'm already taken.
Yeah, he is
Sorry.
taken, and he loves his wife, and she
If
loves
I was
him,
in the-
Don't
and
get
it
in
ain't gonna
my
ever
Don't
happen.
get in her DMs looking
And
for
she
me.
fight,
That's
and
right.
she beat us up.
Fight.
But I would assume that if I had to date, whoever I was dating would have to, and I speak this just on knowledge, thinking of it now, they would have to come to the table with what at least what I bring
Absolutely.
Right.
or
Absolutely.
more.
Mhm.
And and their intellect. I got to be able to have a conversation
Come
You
with
on,
have
them.
to
come
be.
on,
I can't date
Yes.
somebody that I can't.
You have
know,
to teach them everything.
Hands
at
at-
least once a year, Sherika, me and my wife, who we've been married 29 years,
And he
at
loves her.
least once a year, we will spend at least one night where we'll start talking at about 8 or 9. And when we realize it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning,
Absolutely.
and it can be on many different subjects or even one subject, we just kind of click like that. I don't always feel that same level of connection with someone that might be younger or even older in that matter.
Right.
So for me, my wife is 1 year younger than me, but in all intents and purposes in every area of our life, I feel like we're compatible, and that's what's been working for us. Now, I do remember, because we got married so young, she did mature faster than me. And
And
I
we
like to
normally
say,
do.
she trained me or raised me. She would tell all her girls after she done trained me and got me together,
That's what
she
we
ain't letting me
normally
go.
do.
That's what they got to do.
Well, I'm not scared of
She's
being
not letting you
trained.
go after she's done all that work for
She done put all
somebody
that-
else to get the benefits of
She
what
got
she's
me
done.
right, got my
Right.
credit
Yeah.
right, got my
Yeah.
money
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's what
Applause
they
her.
do.
Now
Yes.
she's scared to let me go because
But
I'm
see,
hot
what's so-
commodity right now, baby.
Bobbing now,
Just even your maturity level in saying that in itself, like it's so many men that wouldn't even say that.
I'm
What
okay
you
with
just
that.
said.
I
know,
recognize it.
No, and I understand that. And what I'm saying, I respect that about you, because it's so many men that would not give their wife that. They will be like, "Oh, she didn't do it." You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And I think
right. I'm
just
self-made.
you doing that, you can just tell the level of the relationship that you all have. And I think for me, that's what it would have to be. Like, I'm not saying, you all's relationship and how you guys are flowing, because I definitely don't want what nobody else has.
Exactly. This
And
goals
that,
thing
so,
is.
yeah, that
ugh,
kills me right there.
kills
Nobody
me.
relationship is my
No,
goal.
I don't look at nobody
But-
relationship and be like, I want to be that.
Yeah,
no.
but what I would say, I can definitely respect, whoever I end up with, we gotta rock.
Yes.
And he definitely gotta come in with.
At this point in the game, if we'd have started with
I mean,
nothing, me and my boo, we started with nothing.
Right, that's different.
But
That's
it's
different.
a whole
Yeah.
nother
That's
game
different.
now.
But right
you know.
now, I'm meeting you, and you coming in thinking we could build a new business together. You know what I'm saying? But
We got to build on something now.
Right.
All right. Let me ask Ov.
Yes.
We figured it out. You love your wife. Mia love you.
I hope
And
I said it enough
You
times.
did.
She's watching.
You said it more than enough.
Okay.
Now we're gonna talk about these young women
Okay.
and
talk
why
about
do they like older men?
I think number one, definitely.
What's the main one?
Financial stability. I mean, a lot of young women, they need to be taken care of, and I honestly feel, and I can be stepping out on a huge one right now, but I think majority of those women are from homes where they didn't have their fathers.
I was going to say daddy
and,
issues.
I
Well, that
think
brings another issue,
well,
though.
it definitely does, but I only say that because the majority of the girls that I know, especially like just streaming from school and all of that, just seeing, it was because they didn't have anyone in the home. So it's like, I need this, so therefore I need to do what I got to do to even go to prom.
And I think on
You know
both
what I'm
parts,
saying?
it's
All right,
it's
go
a
ahead, T.
mommy and
Jump
a
in
daddy issue. No, I do think on both parts for
Yeah.
for female and male is there's a mommy and a daddy issue sometimes. And again, it's an answer that I've asked women who date older men or have dated. What was it? And a lot of them said it was literally a daddy issue.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this:
needing that father
as a
figure.
younger woman, would she ever like an older man for sex? Does that play a part? Like, is
Yes.
that
I
one of
think
the
it
reasons?
does.
I
think it
believe
does.
I believe
Yeah.
sex can go either way,
Yeah.
up or
Yeah.
down. Women to men,
Yeah.
men to
I
women.
think it can.
I think when you have a sexual compatibility, that
Yeah, I don't think that-
transcends
yeah.
ages.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I would say,
but I would say
I don't know
number one,
that the number one
That
reason
can't
would
be the number one.
I don't think the number one reason would be financial stability.
You don't?
Because
I think so,
I
brother.
think I don't know. I think
I
the number
think-
one. Well, I would be in my mind would be fighting with that, and then the issue of the daddy issues, because a lot of people that I meet that are young have an absence of a father,
Right.
and they don't want to like Sherika, boss up. They need somebody to kind of be that boss of them, even though they say, I don't want nobody to tell me what to do.
Right.
They really
They
do
really do.
need
Right.
somebody
They
to
do.
lead them and
I-
guide
I-
them.
And so this
Go ahead.
So this leads into why. So this is why I think older men. One of the reasons why older men go after younger girls.
That's on my
And
list,
I
too.
just met, and it's crazy because we talked about this on. I have another show, Night Talk.
She does
So
do Night Talk on
anyway,
Tuesdays. It's a great
at
segue
9
for her
p.m.
show at 9 p.m. on her Instagram.
Right. We just talked about that, and I met this guy. and
How old was he?
Older. He was 52.
Okay.
I look younger than my age.
Yep.
So when he approached me, I had like a ponytail, so I really looked younger, and it was like wild, So I really looked younger. And we exchanged numbers because he was cool. His approach was cool, whatnot. But when we was talking, and
Most
he found,
older guys
and
is.
he found out my age. But when he found out my age, he was like, "Oh, the last girl I was talking to was 30. Like, you're about the oldest." So when he said that, it made me think like, "Oh, so you only want," which was a complete turnoff because it's like you only want girls that's younger. Why? So then I start asking him that, and he's like, "Are you offended?"
Ask me.
I said,
You don't want
I
no-
want to know why.
Ask
You
me.
30? She just turned 30. You're 52. Your daughter is 30.
Ask me.
Like, why are you going after a woman that's younger? For what reason? He's like, oh, she
To
makes
make
me
him feel good.
He said that. I feel younger, and that to keep
she's
me
a trophy
alive.
piece,
And he
yeah.
was like, whatever I gotta do, I'll do it. And I was like,
And he
got
probably
one
don't want to
good
see no
reason.
old wrinkled booty or none of that stuff.
I
It could be
got,
a lot of
one
reasons.
good reason.
Hey,
Y'all
that's
gotta
just
tag
hold
me
on
in.
before you
He
say
said,
that.
oh, wrinkle booty.
Hey, when I was on the Sugar Babies website as I was doing my research, and a lot of the women said for them to lick some old sweaty wrinkled balls from an older man, they have to pay for it. So a lot of them women are in it for the money.
Yeah,
They
are.
are.
They are.
And they know that an older man is gonna come quick. It's gonna be over with. They can knock him out in a couple of minutes. And I'm reading what I wish I had the word for word for you.
No,
I
I
know
believe
what you
that.
mean.
So, ooh, she said she know what you mean.
Tag me.
No,
in.
I got you. Go ahead, tag you in. You in?
I think
Tag.
one. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sharon.
you know me.
Yeah.
Okay? We've been rocking for too long. Y'all been knowing me since I was
One of the
11.
greatest reasons, if I was single, that I would want someone younger than me.
We can show her off.
My number one reason is because I don't want to fight. I don't like to argue. Most people my age, like Sherika said in the beginning, are set in their ways. And especially if someone is coming to the table with as much as we both accomplished. You can't tell her nothing. You're going to have an argument. You're going to have a fight. And the compromise ain't never a compromise.
Right.
Even now, people ask me, Taylor, how you make it this long? And I go, I just do whatever she say. I know she love me. I done figured out that she ain't gonna leave me
Happy
by
life,
now.
happy wife, huh?
So yeah, and that's where we end up at the point. Now, in a lot of my relationship, a lot of times she was absolutely right, and it worked in my favor. But I would have to say I didn't see her being right in the beginning. I just was being obedient because I didn't want to fight.
Right.
And I use that word obedient because most men, if you've been married a little while, you're going to learn to be obedient to your wife.
But it's kind of low key. I don't know. I just think that older men that just completely go after younger women, like it's something wrong with them.
Now I want to
Some
ask.
of 'em.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to touch on that question.
Go ahead.
Is it a double standard when it comes to women and men, cougars, or older women dating younger men, as opposed to older men dating younger women? Because this is what I notice. When it's an older man dating a younger woman, it's predatory or it's perverted. But when it's a older woman dating a younger man, it's not seen as it's cute. It's, oh, she a cougar. So I see a kind
I
of
see
a
it the
double
same.
standard.
I mean, it definitely is. I definitely think that it is a double standard, but I kind of look at it as the same way because I mean,
I do too.
I wouldn't want you as my friend
Right.
being in my home, seeing my child grow up, kind of like the Jada Pickett thing. Like, oh, he came in, they
With
took
my
him
with
in
my
as
son friend. Yeah.
and then all of a sudden oh no, that we gonna have an issue with my child. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I do look at that as that, but you are right. That's kind of like, even though this would kind of shift gears, it's kind of like when women just be out there and they call them hoes.
Right.
They can, if they sleep with more than all
Right.
the men, but for guys, it's glorified. So
Exactly.
It's kinda, I mean, I
It is
definitely
a
see what
double
you're
standard.
saying.
Yeah.
It is.
I think,
Yeah.
in my opinion, and I can only speak from a man's opinion, I think it's acceptable either way. If I see older man with a younger woman. I don't judge. I kind of feel the same way if I would an older
So you
woman
don't
with a
judge.
younger man.
So
Do you
don't
have
judge
children?
A younger man pulling
Nope.
up to a high school, picking up a young
young
girl.
woman.
And
It's-
you
Yeah,
know what's
that's-
going on.
The
Can I-
difference
But why?
to me would be legal.
Well, can I ask you something?
why-
Marcus
Yes.
Houston, Marcus Houston, who is a singer, is 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He started dating. He says he started dating a girl 3 weeks after she turned 18, and he was 37.
Okay.
And now they're engaged. He's 38. She's 19. Now I have a daughter. I'm trying to shut it down. Period.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to shut it all the way down. You don't need to be
How old is
whatever
she?
I could. She's 19.
Well, I have a
That's a little
friend.
pedophile-ish.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Look,
she is legal though.
But
legal
why
to
does
do
It
what?
doesn't make when you 18, you can do whatever you want to do.
But that the mentality of a 19-year-old girl compared to a 30-year-old man, a 38-year-old man who has been out on the road,
And that's your
who has
double
been
standard.
out. That even for a
I
woman
think-
though, I think 19 would be too young for a 30-year for a
Again,
38-year-old.
I think it's
that right there is just on a line of something wrong with you mentally. That 3 weeks after she turned 18, that means you were looking at
you
her.
was
I would
raised-
have a
that's
problem with
So
that.
that's where it goes into the perversion thing. That's what I'm talking about with the
Oh, no, I agree with
I
that.
have to
I
have
disagree.
a woman that why? So that but I get what she's saying. So it's like you've been watching this person.
Yes.
Like
I
I'm
disagree.
waiting.
I think
You a predator.
I think it's situational. Let's use that same
Do you think
scenario.
that? Do you think that 3 weeks after she turned 18, he looked at her and was like, "She cute," or do you think he seen it before she turned 18?
Even if he met her 3 weeks or a little
so
before.
he didn't meet her.
He knew her.
He
though,
knew
well,
her.
let
and
me
that's
let
where
me
that-
say it a different way. Even if he didn't start dating her till 3 weeks after she's 18, that makes her legal. Number one, and then number two, reason I say it's situational, because again, my sister, who's a boss, she been a boss all her life. So at 18, she didn't act 18. Neither did she look 18. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's according on your raising. It's according on how fast you grew up. Certain girls, my daughter was married
Who
at
didn't
18.
look 18?
You didn't look 18.
He said you didn't look 18.
You mean I was looking younger than 18?
I
No,
think you
he's
looked
looking
good
older.
older.
No, I didn't.
You
I
didn't?
disagree with that. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, because I mean, even now, I don't even care.
Well, let me say
I was,
this.
I was gonna say maybe
In your
maybe he
teenage
meant you
years,
carried
you
yourself.
acted
as-
older
as
and
a
was
more
much
mature person.
acted older,
and was
but-
more responsible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll say it that
let's-
way.
Yeah, that's clear me on up
Okay.
right there.
Well, let's
Wait,
just
let me get y'all to call. Y'all go ahead and dial in.
Yeah, Sherrick about to it's about to be table flipping and all kind of stuff.
Call in with any commentary,
Mia, come protect your
any,
husband.
I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right.
She know me. She know
Nah,
me
we
too.
all good.
But no, I hear what you. I hear.
Do
what
you
you're
agree,
saying.
though?
No, I do.
And I would go on to say, if I had time, that some 18-year-olds were raised just for that purpose. As soon as you turn 18,
Yes.
you already need to know how to cook and clean and take care of a man.
And they say it happens
some-
in the South a lot like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They prepare you that for some reason, and again, I had a daughter. My daughter got married at 18, but I was so nervous because I kept saying, we're still raising her.
How
Right.
old was the
But
man
how-
she got
oh,
married
right.
He was about 5 years older than
Okay,
her.
look,
So
let me
that's
ask this.
okay.
That's different. But let me ask this. So your
I still
daughter-
thought it was,
No, but why is that different? So, was he looking at her when she was 16?
But when did they
yes.
So when did they?
So-
That's
so-
the thing. So you would be okay. So what if he was 10 years? You would have been fine with that.
I know her, so I can't judge
Got it.
him
Okay.
without looking at that child.
Okay.
If this 18-year-old meets a 38-year-old and she's already in the mentality of starting a family, living this lifestyle,
Okay.
and that's a difference. Now, I'm going to
Her
give you
mind
one
is
more.
her mind is not. I'm not saying that she's not raised for that. What I'm saying is that as a human being, and I know as a woman, what you feel at 21, you don't even feel at 25. What you feel at 30, you don't feel at 35.
Right.
You
I would
start
agree with
feeling
you
different
100%.
things. So he's already past where she has to go.
And that's where we're going to
And
disagree.
for me, it's like, why would you even take somebody into a situation and put them in a place where they have to come up to you? What she has no room in a sense to mentally grow, because now you're going just from one stage to the
I
next.
disagree with
Now
you.
now a 5-year age difference for a woman and a man is very actually it's closer to mentality wise because women do mature faster.
What about a
faster than men.
38-year-old man that still plays video games, has been on the road, and all he know is this particular lifestyle? He's never took on responsibility, never bought a house. He's never had to take care of kids. Some of them might have had kids, but never
had
had
to take
to
care of
raise them. So a 18-year-old that is already prepared for a grown man, she may still be on his level.
I mean, yeah, this is a whole topic in itself because I think we all gonna disagree on this. But and I really don't want to bring this up, but let me just read some of the comments before I go where I was gonna go. A Renee said younger women want that money. Wifey said younger women use older guys. And A Renee said you can't want nothing with a child that is 19 years old. And then BB said speak on it, T.
I disagree.
Speak on it, T.
Speak on it.
If I had if I had young kids, or if my children was young, and God forbid I was single, I would not want an older woman. Their tolerance level, their patience.
So what age limit would you want?
So you
let's
agree
say
with
you're
the Time
50.
magazine thing?
So let's say you're 50.
Nope.
So let's say you're 50
Uh-huh.
and you were
Hey,
single.
wisdom.
And I'll be 50 in January.
All right.
You were 50
Mhm.
and you wanted. How far down would you go? I mean, what?
I would go as low as the 20s. I feel like
Oh.
in my aspect, if we were mentally compatible. Now, I'm not trying to put nobody through college. I ain't trying to buy nobody their first house.
I mean,
but
but that's technically what you're going to be doing.
not
That
true.
don't mean that.
Not true.
I mean,
No,
but that's what I'm
you
saying.
got to think about again. I'm
But
gonna use
this is
you.
just if you're single or if you're if you just plan on playing games with the person.
Right.
I'm not
because-
even playing games.
Because I'm
the
thinking
level
in
of
terms
what
of the
he said,
person who is
like-
25. What are they gaining from you?
So-
What are they gaining from? Not you per se.
I'm
but
glad
a
you
They
said that.
getting
50-year-old.
bills paid,
I
I'm a
think
50-year-old.
I think
gas money,
the intelligent
Says
level,
the-
Gas money.
the
What?
financial stability, and I think again that father or that head figure, if you would, that authority figure. I think a lot of younger women, let's say when you get out of college, what are you looking for? You're looking to begin a life.
You're looking to build with someone.
Right.
Build
And
with
someone that has already done it and know where they're going is a little bit more attractive than somebody that's fumbling and ain't even got to your level yet, even though y'all the same age.
I just feel like building is better. Sometimes with older guys, it comes with this is mine. I'm giving you something,
Right.
and at any time I can take it back or I
Right.
throw it in your face.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Throw in the face right
yeah,
there. Mm-mm.
nobody wants to go.
That
through
sounds like an
I would rather.
insecurity, though.
No,
I would rather
definitely
it,
is.
and it
I
probably
said that
is, but I
earlier.
would rather build with somebody and learn with somebody. That way, we know that we're on the same level, and we know that we're on an equal playing field.
And that's why UT and me, it don't work for us because them men don't even want us anyway. Because no, I'm keeping it one.
No, for real.
They
I
don't want us.
What do they want then?
They want someone that's going to listen, someone that's
Yes.
going to need them. They want to feel needed.
Yes.
Like majority of the men that I done dealt with got money. So when they get with me, it's like it becomes an issue. They're like, oh, you too independent. You don't need me for nothing, and you don't. And it's like I didn't say that I didn't, but
Right.
you don't like the fact that I'm not like.
Or you think not
Can I,
needing
can I,
me?
can I?
Yeah, you
Right.
think not needing me
Right.
means
They
that
want
I
that
won't be
dependence.
submissive,
They want
or
that-
I won't
that
listen,
part.
or I won't be
Oh, they
obedient
think they want to
because I don't.
It sound
need
like
you.
you're not gonna submit. Neither one of y'all.
See, that's
No,
not
that's
it,
not what
and
we're
that and that's a
saying. You missing it.
misconception.
You missing it. You
That
missing it.
because
You
and
missing
that's
it.
what, but that's what men think, that because you don't need them, that means that
That you're not
you
going
won't
to
submit.
Right.
That,
But
that
men
has-
don't need
that's
a
two
woman;
different
they gotta
things.
build up.
Well, I disagree
We're saying
to a
build
certain
together.
extent. Some men want, and I'm just
I'm laughing at this comment.
Okay.
Why do you want to be a father figure to someone you're sleeping with?
that's a great question.
Who said
Some-
that?
A Renee.
Oh, that's your
Okay.
sister.
That's my sister.
All right.
Take her.
I think and I'm going to address that question in making my statement. I think some men don't want the fight or the challenge at home. Again, I started off by saying if I would get a younger woman or if I was single, I wouldn't want another boss that I had to sleep next to. And my wife is a boss. Literally, she's a manager,
She is the
district
boss.
manager. She does what she do. And there are times where I have the pressure of trying to encourage her to be the best boss she could be, but not in the house.
Yeah.
Baby, I need you to be a boss and don't be scared of nobody. Run them, do what you got to do. But now it's a difference when you come home.
Because when you come home, then
You're
what?
not the boss no more. I got to be the head. And we can compromise on a whole lot of things. But some things, we going to get to the place where I got to go, well, now, baby, and I done learned after 29 years how to say it real delicately. Now, listen now. All right,
We listen to you.
You're not at work
educating
anymore.
the men right now. How you say it, sir?
You're not at work
You're not
anymore.
at work, girl, baby.
You want me to just sit back and submit, or do you want me to lead? And then
But-
she gonna say,
you
"I want a
just-
man that's gonna lead."
But is that? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is that an insecurity for a man to not want another boss?
I
want somebody
believe that is
who-
absolutely an insecurity of mine. I do it, and I'm challenged to do it because I have the ability to. And I teach men, if you want a boss woman, you got to be able to compromise. You got to be able to build them up without tearing them down. A lot of
And
training
vice
that we
versa,
had,
too.
exactly.
Vice
That,
versa.
same,
A
the
lot
other
of
way
training
around.
that we had in
Sheridan.
the hood, we had to talk rough and tough to women to make them respect us. But I don't have to do that with my wife. I don't even play those
You
games.
shouldn't have to do
Right,
that
and
with
it
any
was-
woman.
you should-
Period.
Right. That could be true. But what you just said, and what you just said in that demonstration of you and your wife and her being the boss, is technically what I said of why older men want younger women, and it's because they can control them. And the reason why I'm saying control is because the younger woman got something that they need from them. So therefore, they're able to. That's why they don't want. This
But-
man.
but it's a
I'm talking about, that's
contract.
Basically, what he said is like, you gonna be me and you gonna be friends. I said, no, you absolutely right. I already put you in the friend zone based on what you said about younger women. That was a
Right.
complete turnoff. So you're right, we're gonna be friends, but it's just sad that to make you feel good about yourself, you need somebody that's down here that
Right.
you can control, and you can be like, oh, today I feel like giving you 300
Yeah.
to make
You
her
need a puppet.
pick you down. Right. It's
Again,
this
you
300.
looking at it from a lady's point of view,
No,
because
I'm
that
looking
don't
at
make
it
me
from the
feel
point of view
good.
of what
Let me say it a different way. I don't feel good about myself when I have to remind my wife that she's not at work. I don't feel good about that. In fact, I feel almost a little demasculated. But what I do is I remind her in such a way so that our relationship will have a certain level of mutual respect.
Right, right.
Not that she ain't right sometimes.
Right, no, absolutely.
A lot of times that she right, but I don't feel like I have to feel good about myself by saying that I'm in control or in power. And I don't want that. And I hate those words because our relationship is so
that, right.
compatible. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just we kind of learned how to do that. But I don't have a problem with saying she trained me or made me who I am.
Right,
And
right.
she don't have a problem with saying that's my man
Right.
and he's in control.
Could you see a
and that's
younger
right.
woman talking to you or speaking to you or being the way that your wife is?
Absolutely. I've met a lot of phenomenal younger women. Now, they may not be for me. Again, I'm taking, don't inbox
29
me.
years.
20,
He
thank you.
loves her.
I want to throw that out there one more time. But I've met a lot of younger women that were in their 20s, were put way advanced the men that they were dating, and they had to dumb themselves down so that they might seem attractive because a man in their age is on some clubbing and on some kicking it and hanging out and going flights and catching flights when they trying to buy houses and they
Right.
trying to get
They trying to have
careers
stability.
started. They want to
Right.
have a family. They want to, and so that's why I said if I was, it couldn't. I wouldn't have an age limit. Age is nothing but a number.
Okay.
So when I say that, I'm meaning I wouldn't judge her by her age, but now her intellect is
truly
very important.
important.
And watch this, her success level. I said it. I don't want to help you to build something when I already got something, because then you're going to resent me, or I'm going to feel like I put you in a place that I don't want to be put in.
Right. No, and I agree with that. But if we gonna be like 100 and real here, what woman that's under 25 that's really out here like
Bossing up like that.
Like the reason why I was like my family was.
I know a lot of them.
No, and I'm not saying that it's not a lot. Please understand me.
It's a lot to get the sugar daddies too.
I'm not saying it.
So come on now.
Telling you,
They got it a certain way.
I'm
Well,
in the industry, and I know it's women that got the same stuff that I got, and they presented it like they getting it on their own. But I know dudes that they messing with,
Yes.
and they showing me pics and they showing me
What's
stuff.
their name?
So it's like they out here,
They getting help.
They're getting help.
Yep.
I'm really for real from the grizzle and the dirt with it.
Oh,
I
God,
remember,
Jesus.
so I know you earned yours.
Cause
So that's
Cher
what I'm
could
saying.
beat
So-
niggas up.
No, bro, I'm being serious. So I'm just saying, what? Because you just said, and the only reason I'm asking is, what man at the age of 45, 50, that's about that want this younger woman? Let's say she 30 and under. I'm not gonna even say 25, because you said they gotta be. The success level got to already be there, but they may just be graduating from college, getting their master's, or they may just be the average, 25.
Look, OV can't say it.
So
They
what
want
we're
sex.
saying
And
is-
it's a
I
colder,
can
it's
say
a
it.
colder world
I don't
now.
want nobody fresh out of college. I don't want nobody that's trying to build. You would have had to accomplish something, and again, I'm
But you
going
said
to share.
You would do 20s.
They could be in their 20s. I
Well,
know
most
people
in
that
their
have
20s are
accomplished
still
something.
graduating from
Okay.
school,
I'm just saying
especially
the
I
to
know.
average.
build.
Let me
Or
say it
the
this way.
average.
I have people that are around me. I have family members. I come from the South Side of Chicago. Shout out to South Side. I got friends that got daughters that didn't go to college, but are bosses in their field. I know people that have went to college, got out of college at 21 and 22, and by the age of 25, they had done with clubbing. They was done with playing these games with
Same.
men, and they was
Same.
like, hey, listen, I need somebody that's serious.
Right.
In fact, I would pose the question, when did you guys get to the point where you were ready for adulting?
Well, for me, I had a baby at 16, so there it is.
So
right
you
there.
jumped right in.
I was forced to adult.
And I don't
How
even
old
think
was
I
your
had-
dude?
He was only a year older than me. We
Oh.
were both in high school. He literally, when my daughter was born, it was his first year of college. It was my senior year in high school when she was
mine
born.
2 years older than me. So yeah,
So.
for me, I didn't really have a choice. I had to adult
I had to adult early.
at a young age.
My mother
I
didn't
think
play
that explains what I'm saying. If I meet you in your 20s and your child is already 13 and 14 years old,
Yeah.
and you pass that age of that silly, a child, that immaturity, you may be attractive to me because your child about to go to college. You done already, no doubt, either if you ain't bought a house, you thinking about it because you done had to raise this child through an apartment living. So I couldn't put an age on it. Again, it would have to be an
I hear
intelligent
you.
level.
I hear you.
Hey, look, check this out. OV has to speak from a certain perspective. Any guy that is he's speaking from both ears. Any guy that is older, he wants sex from a younger woman. There's no use for a 23-year-old, but to
didn't
be
say
a
that.
trophy.
I will
I
say
said he has
this.
to speak from a different perspective, is what I said.
Okay,
Right.
you did start off
I
right.
will
Say
say,
that.
Right.
I will
that's-
say
that's
this.
what they want.
Even in my perspective, I wouldn't want an older woman that I like to call, and Sherika don't start no fight, playing the sex games. That means where I'm gonna give it to you when you think you deserve it.
Well,
Me and my wife don't play them games, but I know a whole lot of women that play them games. Sherika.
I don't know.
Hey, look.
Sherika
Look,
Nicole,
see, that's-
do you deserve it tonight? Is the lights on? Is the gas still on?
Is the gas in your car?
Do your key still work in the door? Yes, I deserve it.
Hey, we got a few more minutes. Can everybody in the chat please make sure you guys like this video?
Please.
You don't have to share it. Like the video. Go ahead, share it. Just a boss.
They've been on me way too much.
Cause she
I
is the
can't.
They've been on
boss.
your
She
head
just be
today.
running stuff. She
They've been
here
on your
before
head
the clock
today.
start. Go ahead, Sherika. You got something else to say? Cause I'll finish in a minute.
I'm just,
Matter of fact, let me mute my mic. Go ahead.
Do you deserve it?
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
That is a whole nother topic.
But let me just say this. Make sure you guys like the video. Next week I will not be here. Sherika will be hosting by herself. We are having ladies' night.
All right.
So we'll have a whole panel full of ladies, and they'll be talking about does size matter. That's the topic for next week. So you can check all that out. And
But we'll talk
you gotta
Next
ask her-
week, next
ask
Age
her.
ain't nothing but a number.
But go ahead, T. We're gonna let you close out first. You got anything to say? talk
Oh,
about
I
it
think
about?
that this was a great topic. I learned a lot today.
Yeah, me
And it
too.
was a privilege to be up here with you guys, just learning so much. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for having me.
All right, OV, it's your turn. Man.
Well, I thank you for having me as well. I do feel like age is nothing but a number, but I really do think all relationships can work. I mean, no matter what the age is, as long as you're mentally, and I would like to say in my case, not for everybody, but mentally and physically compatible. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. Go ahead, Sherry.
Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you so much, A1, for having me as your co-host. Thank you.
I
We're
appreciate
so
it.
compatible.
Yeah, you should see this fakeness right here. This is so.
compatible.
We should
So,
hear the whole
thank you
argument.
guys for
Hold on, let me,
tuning in.
because I'll put
Don't
these.
forget to like, share, and comment, and check us out next week. It's only gonna be me here.
Yeah, it'll just be hey, but every Tuesday check out Night Talk with Sherika and her sisters, aka Lip Poppin', Andrea. Every Tuesday at what time?
Thank you, Frankie.
What time on Tuesdays? Night Talk.
9 p.m. only on Instagram Live, and that's
They
at,
on Instagram because they be
Instagram.
talking about all kind of stuff, and it
Yeah.
always end up talking about sex and lips. And
No, okay. So
and-
our whole thing is people DM us questions, so we talk about what you want to talk about. So it ends up that everybody want to talk about relationships and sex, and does the
sex.
size matter, and how tall you are.
Mhm.
and all of
She
that.
threw that out there for me for her sister. Also, check out her booth. The truck hung up.
Booth?
Your truck.
Got a booth? Oh, I
Trying to
have
let
a
you
mobile-
push your truck.
a booth?
Yeah, why is it your truck?
I have a mobile boutique, and I do pop-ups on the weekends in Compton. So if you guys are in LA, you can definitely come check me out. I will be out this weekend on Sunday, not Saturday, but Sunday from 1 to 4, 1905 West 134th Street. Come check us out.
That's
And,
it?
That's it.
Hey, well, we appreciate
Well,
y'all
you made it
again.
to time.
We appreciate y'all again. Thank you for joining us on Talk That Talk. And she'll see you next week. We gone.
Bye.
All right.